Hello community, I hope you are doing good. In this discussion we will see how to install Odoo version 16 in MacBook M1 chip. And in case you missed previous discussion about how to generate a dynamic breadcrumb, please check link is given in the description in the portal site. And if you want to learn more about portal site or Odoo, you can visit the WebLearns channel. Under the playlist you can see Odoo development, and here you can see different types of playlist available with different topic wise with the real test cases. And in case you need any support related Odoo, you can visit the about page and send your query to this email address. Source code also available in the GitHub, make sure you can follow. And we have some social media pages, make sure you can follow to get the latest notification. So let's back to our main topic, like how you can install latest Odoo version, I mean the version 16 community version in macOS M1 chip. You can see this is for the Windows setup, everything is the same or except this version 15, 16 you have to consider, alright. And for the macOS you can see here also the page is also available here, alright. And now let's do the same thing, like how we can install Odoo version 16 in the macOS. Okay, so for that you can see here I already open all the required pages, web pages to install the macOS. Okay, to save our time I already downloaded the required files. The first one is the Python, then after Postgres, one is the Python package, and another is the Pycharm EDI. Okay, now let's say the first thing is we have to install Python, and Python version 3.10 should be the lower version for the Odoo 16. Okay, so for that let me install this one. To double click, right, continue, agree. Alright, so our Python is already installed. Alright, so Python is already installed. Let me close this tab and let me again open this terminal and let me type here Python 3.10. Right, you can see here it's successfully installed this Python. Okay, let me exit. Now let me do one more thing to install this Python package. So for that, this is helps to create a virtual environment, right? So why very important this virtual environment is, just you have to remember is whenever you are trying to create a you are set up multiple Odoo instances in your local system, right? Some projects using the lower libraries, some are using the higher libraries, right? And if you're using only one setup at a time, so might be there is a chance one project is working successfully and another is not, right? And it's always giving you the runtime error messages like this library, this package, this class, this method, this variable is not available. So let's say if you want to prevent such errors, right, then you must have to create a virtual environment. So now we are trying to create this one. So for that let me copy this part, this file, open this one and paste here. Alright, so it's not available, it's like says like permission denied, right? So for that we have to use here 3.10. This is my mistake. Okay, it's successfully installed that package. So for that, like I will go to the Odoo underscore projects, Python 3.10, get pip install, or let's say only this one. Right, so successfully installed without any error. Now, so the first thing was like we already installed the Python version 10, right? version 11 is also available, and soon Python 3.12 will also launch. This package we successfully installed. I already have the GitHub packages in my local system, right? So in case your system is very fresh, right? So you have to install this git package in your system. Yeah, and before that, before everything, you must have to compatible macOS with the Xcode, right? So what it is, like whenever you have to let's say install multiple packages, right? So Xcode would be the fast setup, right? So this, it will automatically convert your machine to the developer mode, right? So well, this is the short form. We are not going into the deep, but yes, for that one you can just use this command, right? And you can just install this Xcode select, and then after, like let's say you can use the homebrew. Maybe in a Ubuntu version we are using apt-get. So apt-get is the by default Ubuntu OS command to install the multiple packages or upgrade or uninstall the packages, right? So in a Mac OS this is called a homebrew. So this is the package you can install, update or uninstall the packages in the Mac OS. So make sure you can install this one before you are trying to install Odoo, right? And another thing is this one, in a main root profile, if this is not available, then you can create this part, right? And just you can add inside this file to this export path and this one, right? So for that, let me copy this one. Let me go to here, right? So here I have to copy this part, right? Paste here, save, I mean exit already, and I will use like source profile, right? And then after you can use like view install git, right? And then after try to install the Python version and Postgres. So in our case, like Postgres is not installed in this machine, so let me install. And yes, like it would be good you can use the latest Postgres version. Right now in my case, I'm right now using this PostgreSQL 14.7. Right, so next, next, so here password, right? So password, Well, I want to use another packages, so that's the reason like I'm installing these packages. And in case you don't want to install such packages, you can just uncheck that checkbox, right? Next and finish, right? So let me close this part. And now there is a time to clone the Git repository of the Odoo version 16, right? I already cloned that under this Odoo underscore project, you can see here. Also, you can see here. So this is the package. So it save over time, right? Now here I will try to install this requirement.txt file. So let me open this one in the text editor, right? So you can see those packages we must have to install before we run the Odoo. Okay, so let me do one more thing, like 3.10 odoo-bin, and if I will press enter key, right, sorry, it's available inside the Odoo folder, and now you can see it started automatically the errors. Let's say this package is not found, right? So to overcome such issues, so first thing is here let me create here one more virtual environment, the Python virtual environment. Okay, so for that Python 3.10 minus m, right, venv stands for the virtual environment. In the root folder, right, odoo 16 env. So this is our virtual environment name, and I will try to enter. It will automatically create in the root folder as a odoo 16 env. Alright, and now I will try to active that virtual environment. So for that, like, let's say source odoo 16 bin activate, and now you can see right now we are inside the virtual environment. All right, and here let me go to inside the Odoo, and now you can see here the package is also available and the requirement.txt file is also here. Now if I will do like Python, you can see the Python 3.10 is available here. Right, now the first thing is we must have to install the will command before do anything. All right, so pip install will, and now it says like you can also upgrade this pip, that is fine. So I already upgraded, right, it's already there. Let me upgrade. All right, so it's satisfied. Right, now we are trying to install all the packages inside this requirement.txt file. So for that, like pip install -r requirement.txt and press enter key. Oh, so you see here it's encountered one error. It's inside this pycopg2, right? So first let's find out this package, and we must have to remove from here, save. And another thing is we can create one more file, and here we will paste here, right? And after that we can reinstall all the packages. Alright, so everything is successfully installed, right? Except this PyCopg2, right? So let me copy this one and try to install here. Alright, so here application, then after Postgres 14, right? Alright, so let me first check applications ls Postgres 14 ls. We can do as a super user. Save. postgresql. Alright, so we are under this Postgres user and let me exit. So alright, so let's continue with the Postgres user at the moment, right? So let me clean everything here. Right now we are inside this Odoo 16 environment, and now I'm trying to execute this one, right? With so let me go to the help. Right, for the database we are looking for the database, so R and the W we have to use. R means Postgres and W means the password. We'll remove this one, right? And let's go to here, localhost colon 8069. By default this is the port, and you can see our the first page is available like this, and this is our master password. Make sure you can copy in another file to create or update or restore or create the backup of the database. You need this master password. Let's say test, right? And let's create the database. Created admin and the password I have done. Alright, like this way you can install this Odoo version 16 in MacBook M1 chip. Alright, if you have any doubt related to this topic, please comment below, and see you in our next session.